Slip power recovery schemes for induction motor. Here we are going to discuss about static Cramer drive and static Sherbace drive. Instead of wasting the slip power in the rotor circuit resistance, a better approach is to convert it to AC line power and return it back to the line. There are two types of converter, static Cramer drive and static Sherbace drive. Static Cramer drive is only allows operation at sub-synchronous speed. Static Sherbace drive is allows operation above and below synchronous speed. This is a schematic of the static Cramer. In this method of speed control, the slip power flows in only one direction. It flows from rotor back to main supply. Hence, the speed can be controlled below synchronous speed only. The circuit for static Cramer drive is shown in this figure. The slip power from the rotor circuit is converted to DC voltage VD by without rectifier. The inductor LD filters the ripples present in the DC voltage VD. This DC voltage is then converted to AC voltage at line frequency 50 Hz using a line commutated inverter and pumped back to AC source. This drive offers a constant torque operation. From the analysis, we can conclude the voltage VD is proportional to slip S and the current ID is proportional to torque. At a particular speed, the inverter's firing angle can be decreased to decrease the voltage VI. This will increase ID and thus the torque. A simplified torque speed expression for this implementation is developed next. Total slip power TE is same whether transformer is used in the system or not. Also T is inversely proportional to omega S. Next is static Sherbace drive. Static Sherbace drive. In static Cramer drive, the speed of slip ring induction motor can be controlled below synchronous speed only. For controlling the speed below and above synchronous speed, the static Sherbace drive used. There are two types of static Sherbace drive: DC link Sherbace drive and cycloconverter Sherbace drive. This is DC link static Sherbace drive. For controlling the speeds below synchronous speed, that is also known as subsynchronous, the slip power is removed from the rotor circuit and it is fed back into the input AC supply. For controlling the speeds above synchronous speed, that is also known as supersynchronous, and additional power is fed into the rotor circuit at slip frequency. Smoothing inductor is used to suppress the ripples present in the DC link. In subsynchronous speed control, bridge 1, here we can see bridge 1, phase controlled bridge. Phase control, there are two bridges in subsynchronous speed control. Bridge 1 is operated with a firing angle range of 0 degree to 90 degree. It means that bridge 1 works as a rectifier. Bridge 2 is operated with a firing angle range of 90 degree to 180 degree. It means that bridge 2 works as a inverter. Now the slip power flows from the rotor circuit to the supply through bridge 1, bridge 2 and transformer. Here transformer steps up the rotor voltage to the level of AC input supply. And supersynchronous speed control. In this control method, bridge 1 is operated with a firing angle range of 90 degree to 180 degree. It means that bridge 1 works as inverter. Bridge 2 is operated with a firing angle range of 0 degree to 90 degree. It means that bridge 2 works as a rectifier. Now the slip power flows from the input AC supply to the rotor circuit through transformer, bridge 2 and bridge 1. Here rotor voltage at slip frequency are used to commutate the thyristors present in the converters. At low speeds, the voltage across rotor will be less, and it may not be sufficient to naturally commute the thyristors. This difficulty can be overcome by using forced commutation. It means that an additional forced commutation circuitry is necessary for Sherbius drives, where both below and above synchronous speeds are possible. Also, this Sherbius scheme records 6 thyristors in place of 6 diodes present in Kramer drive. Hence, the drive becomes costly compared to static Kramer drive. Next, cycloconverter Sherbius drive. A three-phase cycloconverter can be used to control the speed of three-phase induction motor. Cycloconverter fed induction motors are used in applications such as high power pumps and blower type drives. Using a cycloconverter, it is possible to send power in both directions, and hence speed control below and above synchronous speed is possible. Also, it allows regenerative braking, during which the power is fed back to the supply, like DC link Sherbius type. This scheme also offers a constant torque operation. This is a cycloconverter static Sherbius drive. Thank you.